Good morning everyone, today we're checking out a brand new video from the Food Theorist about how to fix Little Caesars Pizza. Now, let me just say this, before I became a full-on local pizza man, and the Little Caesars was my go-to, because I like it. But if it needs to be fixed, let's find out how.
Little Caesars just released a brand new pizza to celebrate the upcoming Fantastic Four movie. It's actually really cool. It's a 4-quadrant pizza, each one with its own toppings to represent the titular characters.
You know, that's actually not too bad. And you get like maybe 2 of those, and you can feed a family of 4 perfectly.
So excited to try this thing out until I took a closer look and I realized they got it all wrong. So I'm gonna fix it. Hello, Internet. Welcome to Food Theory, where no chain can have fun.
Actually, I think I just realized what each one of the slices are meant to be. The cheese one is obviously meant to be about Mr. Fantastic because, you know, melted cheese is very stretchy, just like his rubble. The Peppers is definitely meant to be Johnny because, you know, Peppers hot on, you know, Human Torch. The one with the Italian sausage is definitely meant to be the Thing because they're both bumpy. But I don't see how the pepperoni one is meant to be Susan.
Because I am too much of a nerd. This
you know,
is
the
Little Caesars'
woman.
newest creation, celebrating the Fantastic Four.
Sorry about that, I completely forgot I was still down there. I had just gone off of recording another video.
In all of the third time's the charm and glory. It's actually super cool. It's a 4-quadrant pizza, each one with its individual toppings that represent each of the individual characters. But when you take a closer look at it, through the eyes of someone that spent more time reading comic books than making friends as a child, you'll realize they don't represent the characters at all. So I am planning on writing this.
I mean, it's meant to be like a weak connection, but you know, it's promotional. They're only going to do it for maybe a few months. It's like maybe 2 or possibly 3 and then gone.
It's wrong, but I can't really do it myself. See, my pizza making knowledge tops out at getting one of those tubes and pressing the spoon to it and getting scared when it pops open every single time. So I called up a friend of mine who is a pizza making expert here in Miami and decided to intrude on his Sundays so that he could show me the ropes in order to correct Little Caesars pizza. But before I can do any of that, I need to do 2 things. 1, get my hands on the actual pizza itself, and 2, I gotta walk before I can run. So today I'm gonna be making 3 pizzas. The first pizza is gonna be the simplest. It's gonna represent one superhero, the superhero, Superman. Then we're gonna move on to another ensemble most people are
Superman pizza, huh? How would you actually do that?
Familiar with these days, the Avengers. But with this pizza, we're not concerned about the 4 quadrants. We're gonna have all the toppings spread throughout the pizza before we move on to my new and improved Fantastic Four 4-quadrant pizza. We're gonna pick up Little Caesar.
Why don't they just call it the Fantastic Four pizza? Like, you know, almost all humans would.
On our way to the pizza expert so that we can get started on this delicious adventure. Mwah! Okay, so we have the infamous Fantastic Four pizza in front of me, and it's honestly beautiful. Like, they have it perfectly in like 4 different quadrants. I'm like actually really pissed at like the lack of effort they put into everyone that wasn't the Thing and Johnny. Because like, what are these 2 supposed to be? I don't understand, but we're gonna do a taste test and see if they at least invoke the characters. So let's start with Ben Grimm, aka.
Oh wait, I think I understand why the pepperoni one would be for Sue Storm. The pepperonis are like greasy, and you get enough grease and something, it could also make something. Yeah, I'm sorry. It could make something almost see-through or invisible. Yeah, you need a shit ton of grease for that. But that's, you know, loose connection.
AKA the Thing, aka the Orange Rock Man. The bacon feels a little extra. I understand the sausage, and I like the sausage. That's something that I might keep. I think this one's probably the best executed one. Then let's go to the Human Torch. You have jalapenos and pepperoni, which jalapenos, ha ha ha, we get it. It's very obvious. Not the hottest you could go. It's not even that spicy. I'm gonna say the one that with no toppings is Invisible Woman, aka Sue Storm. It's just Little Caesar pizza, which slaps. You need something else. You can't just say cheese pizza and oh, there's no toppings, it's invisible. Lack of effort, C-. Nothing about this half of the pizza screams Fantastic Four, but it can't just be me. I'm gonna bring Claudia in and tell me what she thinks about the flavor profile, because like, she doesn't know anything. Well, comics aren't, so this is only one thing she can do, which is eat. You may notice we're in a very rustic looking place. This is not our apartment. We are in the home of our pizza expert for today.
I really like that one. The sausage is a good touch. When the crust is so thick, you need more than just cheese.
Sausage really does end up looking like rock, so that might be something that we have to steal. Does
Yeah,
this invoke
that's what I was
smartest
agreeing.
man alive to you?
0%.
Does this invoke someone who can stretch their limbs at will?
0%.
Yeah, exactly. So,
I still say the cheese is meant to be Mr. Fantastic.
I'm gonna finish eating this because I haven't had lunch. Then we're gonna move on and get the adventure started. You don't want to see this. You can cut. So,
You
without
can cut it.
further ado, I'm gonna bring on my expert who has asked to remain completely anonymous. So we will not be using his real name. Instead, I'm gonna be making up a fake name like Billy. Billy, come on to my show. Hi everybody, welcome Billy to Food Theory. What makes pizza dough?
Real name is actually Billy. Oh, wait,
My
wait,
show.
wait.
Hi everybody, welcome Billy.
Real name is actually Billy. You would have had about just called him Bob.
To Food Theory. What makes pizza dough so hard for so many people, in your experience?
The pizza dough is what makes the entire pizza. So there's not like a lot of hard rules when you
Okay.
make pizza. There's a lot of things that you can vary, like sauces, toppings, whatever. But
Yeah,
dough
true.
is what makes or breaks your pizza. Pizza dough is like a living organism. It's got yeast in it.
Suck it, vegans. I eat pizza because it's not alive.
That's the time-consuming part. The yeast needs to eat the sugars and the
They would have to eat it without cheese, though. Wait, no. Yeah, even then, they would not be able to have pizza at all because milk is technically made in dough. Is used in the making of dough, is what I'm trying to say. Good fuck.
dough and then convert that into alcohol and CO2. CO2 is what makes your dough like bubble up.
Alcohol? We get alcohol in pizza?
Not enough to drink.
A boy can hope. Thank you. If you want, you can start getting the oven ready, and I'll see you in a second. I gotta tell him about the first pizza we're gonna make.
Yeah, the Superman
Pizza number one, Superman. How in the world do you make a pizza that honors and represents the character that everyone knows and loves? The first of the many, many superheroes. Well, there's a
Well, the most common way they do it is that they just make the Superman insignia out of like pepperonis. Some of them cut, of course, to help make that insignia better.
couple of ways to go about it.
Oh,
He's from
no
Krypton,
idea.
he's super strong, he's got the classic blue and red, yellow colors in his costume. But here's the thing, Superman is by all intents and purposes a god, but what makes him so special is actually his humanity. So when making a pizza for him, I want to honor that. I want to convey Superman's
human.
humanity. And
Huh?
what better way to do that than by looking at his farm boy origin? The first and main ingredient
Okay.
of this pizza is
Okay.
going to be corn. Something that he would have been
The fucking what? I'm sorry, Santi. Did you just say you're gonna put corn on pizza? That is some shit I did in middle school because I was trying to make my classmates laugh when they wanted me dead.
very familiar with and surrounded by in his upbringing.
I'm not getting into that conversation right now, maybe in the future, but right now, we're moving the hell on.
And represents the farmland of Smallville, Kansas. What we're gonna do is roast the corn like he would do with his heat vision and give it a little bit more oomph in the flavor. Now,
Okay, grilled corn, that could actually work a bit more. Yeah, okay, yeah. That could actually fit a lot better.
that
Okay.
corn is going to be fairly sweet. So we need to balance it out with something nice and salty. And there's no better thing to do that with than with ham. Kansas loves its pork, and Superman would have no doubt been having that nice, delicious meat growing up on the farm.
Oh,
But we're not done
yeah.
yet. We still have to pay some sort of homage to his alien super.
So presumably grilled corn and pork, huh? That actually doesn't sound too bad.
Hero
Sounds
Ultra
like it could be
Identity
pretty damn
Superman.
tasty.
And the best way to do that is actually with kind of a twofer ingredient, sunflower seeds. Superman gets his powers from the yellow sun. That's what makes him Superman in our world. But Clark Kent, also growing up on the farm in Smallville, would have been surrounded by sunflowers. So what we're gonna do is roast some sunflower seeds and sprinkle them onto the top of the pizza to add a little bit of
Now you
texture
lost
and a
me.
little bit of an earthy flavor to it. But we're not done yet. Because you can't talk about Superman and the things that make him him without talking about his famous weakness.
Kryptonite.
How do we convey this glowing green rock that makes Superman weak in the knees? And the answer, once you get to thinking about it, is pretty
Okay.
obvious. cilantro. And that's because there's a good portion of the population for which cilantro is a weakness. See, there are some people with a
Yeah, for some reason the tongue. Oh, he's about to explain it. I'll just let him. Salty?
special and very specific olfactory receptor gene, the OR6A2. People that have a variant of this specific gene literally taste soap whenever they eat cilantro. You watching may taste soap when you eat cilantro, and that's because you have a variant of this OR6A2 gene that makes you have a specifically heightened sensitivity to aldehyde. So adding
That's
cilantro
right.
would be perfect because a lot of people would be able to eat this pizza, taste the cilantro, and think, herbaceous. But if Clark Kent would bite into it and taste soap, it would ruin the entire experience.
Oh,
So
yeah.
let's get cracking on the pizza.
It's
I
I want to point out
Terrible.
once again the saint-like patience of Billy, allowing me to disturb his one day off with a
Sis, though, you should have just called him Bobby. Then you have at least kept his real name hidden.
bunch of completely off-the-wall and inappropriate jokes about his hard work.
They're beautiful.
I want to punch it.
Reminds me of my beautiful.
Punch.
I won't say it.
Now you have to say it.
Reminds me of my wife.
He hates me.
What was our dough
Borat.
ball? We're gonna lubricate the dough ball.
With that doesn't seem like liquid.
It's not. It's dry lubricant. It is cornmeal.
So, what is the point of
The point of the cornmeal, it helps to make sure that your fingers don't stick to the dough. This dough is very sticky,
Okay,
as
yeah.
you probably saw when
Oh
you
yeah.
were touching it.
Oh, it's like an
The way that I do it, actually, so this is a way to stretch the dough. I put it onto the back of my hands and just kind of roll it around, and gravity is
Alright.
pulling the dough down from the bottom.
I see.
So in order to
that's
keep
how
it
most
even,
people do
I'm
it.
rotating it around and around, and you can see that it's like starting to stretch out.
So now
Huh,
we're gonna move
okay.
it onto
The peel.
the peel.
I floured up the peel so that when we launch it into the pizza oven, it doesn't stick to the peel.
Just slides off. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but this was flour.
Okay.
Okay.
That's flour.
So why not cornmeal for this then?
Cornmeal doesn't stick to the peel as well. Flour leaves like a residue on the peel.
So can we start with the
Yes.
ingredients here?
Okay.
So,
So
let me
we'll sauce it up.
Oh, that's embarrassing.
acting. Boom.
It's called acting.
Weirdly
Pop.
optimistic about this. Oh, that's delicious. So here we have the sunflower.
So wait, was that corn actually not grilled and just regular? What the absolute hell is that down? Hold on. What is this? Is that salty? Is this your own personal attempt beforehand? And because I don't know what the hell this is. Is that the corn?
Flower seeds, which are
Roasted?
shelled already. I want an even distribution of this ham. I think we're ready.
Yeah, just open the door there.
All right. Oh yeah. Oh man. Oh, look at that. We got
Yeah,
the
that
final
doesn't
product
look too
right in front of
bad.
us. So as a recap, charred corn on top as a homage to his Kansas farm upbringing. We have ham
Okay.
because it's a nice hearty, I feel like down to earth, protein and meal that he would have. Then we have the sunflower
Protein.
seeds scattered all along that have gotten a nice little bit of toasting. And finally, his kryptonite, the cilantro. I luckily don't have the gene that makes it taste like soap. I'm sure if Superman himself were to
lucky.
come here and try it, he'd be like, oh, gross, but only because of the cilantro, the rest of the pizza's super good. Ah, I wish the cilantro wasn't on this so I could enjoy it fully. So, one bite, everybody knows the rules.
Yep.
Sunflowers
Ooh, good
have a
crunch.
very strong taste that I did not see coming. What comes through immediately is the corn, which is really, really good and very, very sweet. Even Finn wants some, I know. The cilantro adds a little bit.
Give
Honestly,
me.
this feels like a weirdly Kansas pizza. It can't just be Claudia's gotta come.
Oh no,
And
more pizza. The dough is really good. Well,
Ooh, you okay though?
that was karma for not first complimenting my topping game
that
here.
was one of the hams. Like, I almost just died. I like the corn a
Ooh,
lot.
fell
This is
down
so
the wrong.
good. I would like more ham.
Does this invoke Superman for you?
A little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't have to
A little.
lie. It's fine. How would you rate it on a scale of 1 to Fantastic 4?
3.2.
I'll take a 3.2. We need to get
Okay.
Billy
That's not bad.
back on here. After all, he did make the pizza.
That corn was a great idea.
I'm telling you, corn might be the next topping for
The
pizzas.
dough is good. Not glazing here, but there's been times that I've messed up the dough. Cilantro was a great choice. The ham is fine.
In your opinion, from Doctor Doom to Fantastic Four, how would you rate it?
2.5. I think
Okay.
we can shoot higher.
I think that's solid.
Now, I feel like I should remind
That's- yeah,
everyone
that's pretty
that much
good.
like whose line is it anyway, these points don't really matter. At the end of the day, it's pretty subjective. Our goal isn't making the tastiest pizza, but the most lore accurate pizza. How good it
And
is
that
more
just
like
makes
the
sense.
cherry on top. With that said, Superman showed us a lot about unexpected flavors, and now it's time for pizza number 2.
the friggin' Avengers.
Okay, now how are you going to do this? Because there's so many damn people.
How? How? We have 6 characters in the OG MCU Avengers. Yes, we are
Oh,
doing
yeah.
the OG
Okay.
MCU Avengers, because if we did the comic Avengers, I would have to put both ants and wasps on my pizza. I'm not gonna do that. So we have 6 characters.
Ant-Man.
The Hulk,
I get
Iron
it.
Man, Thor, Captain America, Black Widow, and Hawkeye. The Hulk is pretty
Okay, yeah, I have no idea.
self-explanatory. He's big, he's green, he's a big punch of flavor. We're gonna do a nice
Punch of
basil
flavor, I get
pesto
it.
drizzle for that strong green flavor. When it comes to Iron Man, everybody knows that Tony Stark is feisty, sassy, and clad in that red and gold armor. What we're
Oh,
gonna do to
yeah.
represent him is a sriracha drizzle to counteract that herbaceousness of the basil and the pesto and show a little bit of Tony Stark's fiery
Ooh,
attitude.
okay,
Captain
okay.
America. Red, white, and blue. Say less. We got the white from the mozzarella, red from the red onions, and blue cheese crumbles to round off the Star-Spangled Man at a time.
Okay,
Thor is
that's
where it
not
gets a little
bad.
more complicated. We're gonna add lingonberry underneath the cheese to balance the acidity of the
Ooh,
sauce and to pay
lingonberry.
homage to his Scandinavian origins. Now, we have Black Widow, and I think that one
I'll be honest, I didn't know lingonberry was a real thing.
is fairly obvious. Black Widow, black olives. Hawkeye is the bane of my existence. Because what do you do for a man that shoots arrows? And here's the thing. You have
just an average
triangle
guy.
shapes of the arrowheads that we want to convey in this pizza. But what this pizza is really lacking is a little bit of texture. What we're gonna do is get Doritos Minis and add one on every slice so that you get a nice little arrowhead and a crunch of texture with that very first bite. God, I'm
That
loving how this
I
pizza's
can
turning out.
approve.
Let's get to it. So these two that we're dealing with now are slightly bigger than the first one because these are the team up pizzas. Got a dry lube, always remember. So before you finger the pizza, apply dry grainy lube. Important life lessons.
May I
Salty.
manipulate for it? Just go in a circular motion.
Ooh.
You're wanting to push the dough out just a little bit.
I really shouldn't be doing this because I'm probably gonna mess it up. This was fun. That was a fun experience for me. I've learned a lot. All right, so
Yeah, it's
this
like
is
you
where it's
have.
gonna be tricky, and it's gonna be a matter of like proportion, especially the lingonberry. It sure smells. I don't know why I thought this was gonna be a good idea. All right, so now we are gonna put a little less sauce. Oh, this doesn't look good. So this, remember,
God.
is the white part of the red, white, and blue for Captain America. So we're gonna put smoked Gouda for Thor's smokiness. Also, because Chris Hemsworth is hot. We got the blue cheese crumbles
Yeah, all
for
right.
Captain America's red, white, and blue. This is gonna be the hardest thing because blue cheese is very strong. Black Widow, black olives. That was an ugly one. I'm just kidding.
Not
Can't
bad.
have any ugly olives. This is ScarJo we're talking about. Oh man, our
Oh,
team
come
up
on.
pizza right now is looking fine.
Despite not wanting to ruin the dough, I felt like I was doing plenty. Adding the toppings, opening doors, you know, essential stuff.
3, 2, 1. Yeah. The trick here is
Oh,
gonna be
boy.
making sure that the lingonberry doesn't weirdly cook or do anything weird. But I think we have enough strong balancing flavors
wow.
here that this
Oh, he
should
was just,
come
like,
together
telling
really
you.
well. And we're gonna top it all off really yummily with pesto, sriracha, and one other thing that I forgot.
The arrowheads.
Thank you.
The
Listen,
arrowhead.
all this pizza is getting to me. All right, don't judge me.
Okay, so the smells coming off of this thing sure are an ensemble. Nothing to it but to do it. I'm so nervous about the lingonberry.
All right,
Wait,
here we
but
go.
actually? Wait, but actually? I think we took lessons from the first pizza and we applied them, and I think we learned.
I'm
this.
really excited about the lingonberry.
Yeah.
Because I'm
Yeah.
a
I'm
sucker
curious
for
about how they
sweet and
actually
salty.
taste.
Yeah. You're welcome for the ASMR there. Now let me whisper in your ear. Tell you something that you might like to hear. Wait till you see my crust.
Oh,
how are you?
okay.
The lingonberry.
Salty.
It's just the right amount. It's not overpowering.
Adds a little sweetness.
Oh my god, the sriracha. It just hit
Oh,
my
she-
eyes watering.
Yeah, you're seeing 5 dimensions now.
The ingredients are all friends.
They fight a
but-
little bit, but it's just like the Avengers.
Anyway, you
It's
know what I'm
perfect.
not really tasting though? The blue cheese, I just realized.
You can blame that on the person who cut the pizza.
You know what I think it is? Your drizzle skills are not it.
What does that have to do with anything?
I was really hungry in the first pizza. I went a little crazy with the 3.2. I think the first one was like a 2.7.
No, you can't retract your score.
This is a 3.2.
Yeah, no takesies backsies on the score. We're gonna up yours to a 3.5. This is so scary because it's like seeing your work being graded by your teacher.
I don't want to just like piggyback off you guys, but I'm surprised that it works because I didn't
Even I'm
expect
surprised
it
a
to.
little.
So behind the scenes, as I described the Avengers pizza, he was like, yeah, it'll definitely go on the pizza. Guys, have some faith in my skills. I love that everyone's like, whoa, no one thought this could have worked.
I may not be able to expertly craft pizza dough, but I do know one thing, and that's how to turn nerdy things into food. All right, I will concede
All
I
right,
need to work
all
on my
right.
topping distribution skills, but only that.
Alright, here we go, the Fantastic Four pizza. Now, how are you going to do this?
Okay, so that actually tasted delicious. Probably my favorite pizza that I've ever made by myself with no help whatsoever. But what we learned more than anything is that texture is really important, almost equally as important as the flavors that you incorporate. So going into our 4-quadrant pizza, we need to take into account the flavors, how they interact with each other, but also what textures we're introducing in each of the 4 quadrants. So let's break it down character by character, starting with Reed Richards, aka Mr. Fantastic, aka Pedro Pascal in this movie. Here's what you
Whoa! Wait, whoa! I didn't realize he got to play Mr. Fantastic. That's actually awesome. But, okay, Santi, how are you gonna do him, considering that his whole ability is just stretch? That's why I still say he was the cheese pizza, or the cheese section, because cheese, stretch, melt.
need to know about Reed Richards for the purposes of this pizza.
Aside from him being super freaking intelligent.
1, he's the smartest man alive. Literally top 3 minds in the Marvel universe. That doesn't really help us much. His powers, however, do. See, he has the power to stretch himself to unbelievable lengths and heights. Every part of himself. That is how he was able to bag and dine like Sue Storm. So if he can...
I'm sorry, I'm pretty sure they were married before... No, they were engaged before they got the powers. Forgot about that.
Stretch himself, how do we convey that power? Well, that's easy. Extra cheese. But not just extra cheese on the slice itself. We're gonna stuff that crust so that every bite is a picturesque cheese pull. Ben Grimm,
There you
aka The Thing. Giant orange rock monster. He's also a really cool guy beneath all of that. Really,
He's a
giant
great
teddy
uncle.
bear. So how do we represent him? Little Caesars did actually get one thing right. The sausage that they used ended up giving his quadrant a look that was similar to his orange appearance. But here's the thing, you can't just use any sausage. Ben Grimm is a Jewish man from New York. He's gonna keep kosher.
He's Jewish? Did not know that.
No, he doesn't keep kosher in the comics all the time. We're trying to represent, all right? Jeez.
You
So
know,
we're gonna get
hold on.
kosher sauce.
Yeah, no, he is indeed Jewish.
Put it on top of his quadrant so that it gets that nice, meaty, rocky look to it.
I
But we're
didn't
gonna
know
finish
that.
it off with 2 other ingredients. The first one, cheddar cheese crisps. Nice crumbles of cheddar cheese that will really make that orange color pop and give it that crunchy texture like you're chewing on rock. The final ingredient that we're gonna put in his quadrant, thyme.
Time.
Get it? Because it's clobbering time. That's his line.
Oh.
It's clobbering time.
That was a stretch of a joke, but Santi, let's move on before you make it cringe.
So not this time. The herb. We're gonna put this.
Why are we still here?
and
much of
it's
a pun.
cringe.
Okay, moving on. Johnny Storm. Johnny Storm, aka the Human Torch. Now, this is another thing that Little Caesars got right with his quadrant. They tried to make it spicy. But jalapenos are just not spicy enough. Not for the Human Torch. So we gotta kick it up a notch. Instead of jalapenos, we're gonna use habaneros. But that's not all there is to Johnny.
Those are
He's
hot.
very charismatic. He's also a hunk. So we need to add a little bit of meat on there. We need to add a little bit of protein, and that is gonna be some pepperoni. And to top it all off, something that harkens that his
What?
his and to top it all off, we're gonna add one final ingredient that's gonna lean into his fiery side, but also his charming, charismatic side. We need some sweet heat, so we're gonna drizzle some hot honey to round off his quadrant.
Ooh,
and
I didn't know that existed.
finally, Sue Storm, aka the Invisible Woman. Now this one was gonna be hard. I was gonna be cheeky and do what Little Caesars did and just make it a cheese slice, nice and plain, no toppings, but that's not enough. She's invisible, but she's still there. So we need to find a way to make ingredients invisible. But if you wanna make invisible
How are you
toppings,
gonna
the
do
best
it?
way to do it is by not making them toppings.
Oh my god, he's gonna make it Chicago style for her. Oh. If you don't know what that means, it means the cheese is under the sauce. Look up Chicago pizza. It's bread, cheese, sauce. Most commonly deep dish. And so, you know, it's kind of easier to hide it, but still.
Father, this guy stinks!
See, we're gonna get some white onions, sweat them, and put them under the cheese so that they're translucent and hidden, but with all the flavor and texture that you expect. But that's not all, because we're gonna drizzle some truffle oil on top of her quadrant that you won't be able to see, but will still bring in a graceful punch of flavor that'll have you craving more. So with that, we've rounded
Okay,
off the 4
it's not
characters.
bad.
We have distinct characteristics of all of them represented in textures and flavors across the pizza. I'm actually super excited to try this out, so let's see once and for all if I can make a new and improved version of Little Caesars pizza.
Did I already mention how distracting I am? Well, multiply that by a lot when you add cheese.
Now, while he's doing that and doing all the
Cheese.
hard work, I do have one quick question for you at home. Do you string the cheese or do you just bite it? Let me know in the comments below. And while you're at it, subscribe. Because like,
I don't do either. Mostly because I'm not a fan of string cheese. Nothing against it. Eat it if you want. Fox, personally, don't like it.
are you here? You've made it like 20 minutes into the episode. If you're not subscribed, like, what are you doing? What are you doing with your life? Ready for the money shot?
Santi.
Delicious. That's why you subscribe.
We really only have one shot at this because I'm never gonna be invited back.
Doing good. We're almost there.
Are you letting the pressure get to you?
No, I did not
Let me
crumble
cook.
under pressure.
I'm gonna do like one of those gym bro slaps. Just yes. There we go.
Pizza was ready, which can only mean one thing. I get to do my other super important job, door opening. Honestly, what would have happened without me there for that crucial job? You're welcome. But enough stalling. Pizza, prepare to be devoured.
We have completed our Fantastic Four
All right.
4-quadrant pizza. Visually speaking, this is already an improvement on the Little Caesar pizza. This has nice, vibrant colors. You can see a big difference between all 4 quadrants, where that one like didn't really. Not to toot my own horn or anything. I'll let you guys be the judges of that. Let's take a bite.
I just realized, if you got 4 of those Fantastic Four pizzas, you technically got 4 separate pizzas. I know someone out there is probably going to be like, Fox, yeah, you bought 4 pizzas. I was meaning that if you take in the quadrants and separate them, you got a pepperoni, a cheese, a pepperoni and jalapeno, and an Italian sausage and bacon pizza.
Oh. Okay, now I will say I am biased here. I like fugaceta pizza, which is literally just cheese and onion, and this is kind of what this
Oh.
is.
Yeah,
The
okay.
crust, once again, delicious. Mr. Fantastic.
Oh, now that's
Oh.
cheesy.
All right, let me try this stuffed crust. That's Mr. Fantastic right there. How do you not do stuffed crust with Mr. Fantastic? All right, those are the easy ones though. We got cheddar crisp and Italian sausage for the
Here we
thing.
go.
Nice and
Ben
orange.
Grimm.
We got nice rock hard textures.
Oh,
I
that
actually really
crunch.
like the crunch, the crisp of the cheddar crisp. It
That
screams
was
things. Last
good.
but very certainly not least, the thing I'm most nervous about. Human Torch. The best thing here are the bell peppers. It adds such a nice flavor, and the char on them, especially. Pepperoni is there in the back, just to remind you it's there. There's a habanero. Same order, or whatever order you want.
That was the heat.
Oh my god.
Too many onions for me.
Oh, well,
But
okay.
it's going.
But can you see the onions?
No.
Exactly, invisible.
Exactly.
This is what I'm most excited about.
Oh yeah, take it from there. Ooh, yes. Can't go wrong with extra cheese. Ooh, yes.
Really good.
Yeah.
The stuffed
Okay,
crust
yeah,
is so
that does
Stuffed
seem
crust
pretty
was
damn
amazing.
good. I like
good.
how you cut them evenly.
Thank you. I did that all myself, as you can see in the footage. Clearly my hands.
I freaking love that.
Yeah.
That's my favorite, hands down.
For sure. I realized that I forgot an essential ingredient for the thing. It's clobbering time. Get it? Because that's his catchphrase. And time could be multiple things.
Okay, you just made the joke twice as cringy because you brought it back, Santi. We love you. Make a joke once, move on, reference it in a future video.
Let's see if that affects the experience. It actually just makes it better. But, Billy, come on in. You gotta try this monstrosity now.
I am gonna go in the same order as you.
I think it's the only way to do it.
I'm a big fan of onions, so
That's what I'm saying.
this
Yeah.
works well.
But you
Not
can't
bad.
see the onions. They're invisible.
Correct. Good here. We'll go to Reed next.
Oh, yes.
Reed Richards? Yep.
This is good.
Oh,
Very
wait till you-
cheesy.
Wait till you get to the stuffed crust. Yeah.
Yeah. Cheese on pizza? What a concept.
Right? I'm curious about this, because this was Claudia's favorite.
Yeah, that's excellent.
Let's go! Now suffer with me.
Also, an excellent slice of pizza.
Which quadrant would you say is your favorite?
I'm a big fan of spice and peppers, so I'm gonna have to go with
Ooh,
Human
Johnny.
Torch.
Okay. I didn't ask you your rating.
3.3.
Wow, that was less than the last round. Okay, cool. How would you give this rating?
I'm gonna go with 3.8.
Oh, okay. I'm
Pretty
gonna be
much
the
a
annoying
full.
one this
Nice.
time and say 3.75. This is definitely an improvement over the last one. I think the textures all around work really, really well. So close to Fantastic Four. Honestly,
Yeah.
who would have thunk?
It was not
You
that
can bet your
bad.
bottom dollar, me. All that work, all that lore, all that flavor. And we have
So
accomplished that goal. Now, of
cheesy.
course, we are a little biased, so we'll let you decide in the comments below if we truly did fix Little Caesars Pizza. But there's something
I would not say fixed, personally, I would say improved. Like, you can't fix something, no, you can fix something, but in this case, you cannot fix it, you can only improve it, and since you are the one making your own personal pizzas.
else here that we
You
can
can
all
only
learn
improve
from this.
it.
I never thought I'd say this, but I can't have any pizza for like
I just realized, that's a Chuck Norris t-shirt he's wearing, and the Mighty Morphin Texas Ranger, and that's Chuck Norris. Because he was in a movie of Texas Ranger. Oh my god.
at least 4 days now.
Wait a minute, hold on. No, correction, that's not Mighty Morphin, that's Mighty Walker, Texas Ranger. Oh my god, hold on. Sorry, I had to take a picture of that shirt because later today I'm going to show it to my mom, and she's definitely going to like, I think definitely two things about that shirt. One, Chuck Norris. Two, somewhere on there is related to me.
Never thought I'd say this, but I can't have any pizza for like at least 4 days now. That was delicious in every way, but I am pizzaed out. But mission
I bet you had
accomplished.
3.
We made a new and improved version of Little Caesars Pizza that accurately represents the 4 beloved characters, and it was pretty delicious, if I do say so myself. So
Yeah,
this is a message to
it was
all of
pretty
you
good,
fast
I'd
food
say.
chains out there watching this. Keep in mind these characters the next time that you create a food item based on them. Don't just look at the surface level. Look at where they're from. Look at their powers, what makes them who they are, and make your food embody them. We, the fans, will thank you, and I promise you, we'll eat that up. But hey, that's just a theory. A food theory. Buen provecho.
Alright everyone, that's going to be the end of today's video, and I hope you all enjoyed. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more. Link to the original will be in the description below, and I'll see all of y'all next time when we flick back on. Till then, this is Fox, signing out. Peace.